The WNBA's Atlanta Dream co-owner and Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler has been publicly critical of the Black Lives Matter initiative in the league. Yesterday, Loeffler opposed the Black Lives Matter patches that the WNBA plans to use on jerseys. She said, quote, "The truth is, we need less, not more politics in sports." Shannon, how will this play out?
Yeah, here she is. Skip, I thought we needed less politics in sport. What is she? Is she a basketball player, Skip? I'm confused. You see, this is what's confusing to me. Oh, we need to keep politics out of sports and sports out of politics. She's a senator from Georgia, my state. And here she is commenting. Miss Kelly, now, although she was not elected, she was appointed by the governor, Brian Kemp. Skip, I don't see how she remains in her role as an owner of the Dream, because her messaging and her brand and what she's aligned with does not seem to align with the inclusiveness of the WNBA. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm overreading it, but I don't think I'm wrong on this one, Skip. This might be the WNBA's Donald Sterling moment. Now, the WNBA Players Association tweeted, "Enough, out, capital, everything capitalized." Sue Bird, who else tweeted? Cheryl Swoops, Breanna Stewart. Brianna, I think that's the name.
That's you're right.
Yeah. They've all made it abundantly clear they're not comfortable with her being in her role as a co-owner of the WNBA. And I don't know how this is going to play out, Skip, but it's probably going to be my guess. There's a good chance they're probably not going to play until she goes, because with the inclusivity of what they try to provide with the WNBA, they accept all. Black, white, LGBTQ, it doesn't matter. We're one. We want to be treated the same. And that goes against what she's preaching. Because she had a big issue when the blacks were protesting with firearms and when the whites protested with firearms, because she's strong Second Amendment. And this is what I was telling somebody, say, you want them to change the Second Amendment? Let legal black people start getting guns and carrying them around. They'll switch it just like Ronald Reagan did in 67, 68, when the Black Panthers started doing that in California and they changed the rules. You want to do if you want something changed, let black people get on board and start doing a bunch of it. And you see how fast they change the law. But Skip, I believe she's going to have to go. What she's aligned with and where the WNBA is, Skip, they don't line up. They don't line up. I don't see how she stays.
So before I get to my opinion of this, let me step back for a second and say, if you tried to sell this script as just a TV movie script in Hollywood, you'd get laughed out of the office.
Yes.
Because think of what we have here. Step back. What do you call Atlanta? I know Washington has always been Chocolate City, but Atlanta has become a black capital, right?
Absolutely.
In this country.
Yes.
So here you have the WNBA team in Atlanta, Georgia, suddenly being co-owned by a white woman who then becomes the senator from Georgia. And at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, suddenly she makes public a letter that was intended, I thought, only for the eyes and ears of the commissioner of the league, in which she is scathingly against Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
What? It cannot happen. But it did. And just for the record, last year's Atlanta Dream, the top 8 scorers on that team were either black or minority.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not like they have 3 white stars, whatever. This is Atlanta we're talking about. Okay, to your point, if you run back through her history, the irony was she actually grew up on a farm in the central part of the state of Illinois, in a little town outside a little town called Stanford, Illinois. She goes to the University of Illinois, downstate, Champaign. Then upstate to DePaul for her master's in Chicago in business. And then she works her way sort of up the business chain up until she joins a company, a very powerful company, very successful company. And within a couple of years, she marries the CEO of that company. So now she has money and she buys her way into the WNBA, first as a minority owner, and then she and another woman buy out the other majority owner, and they become co-owners, I think it's been about 2 years ago, of this team.
Right.
Interesting. And then to your point, she doesn't win an election. She gets appointed by your governor of your state to become the sort of the junior senator, right?
Yeah.
And
Senator
now
Isaacson had to step down
yes,
because of health-related
there you go.
reasons.
So now she must be elected this coming November, and we know November 3rd is going to be a big day for this country, but it's going to be a big day for your state also,
yes.
because she now must be elected into that post.
Right.
So, to me, as you pointed out, the laugh out loud moment here is that she's saying we actually need less politics when this is clearly a page right out of President Trump's playbook.
She's the parrot sitting right on his shoulder, echoing everything that he's saying.
She's obviously made it very clear she's a staunch Trump supporter.
Correct.
So now, as a Republican, she's not really the incumbent. She's just got to keep her position in the Senate. She needs to get elected in Georgia.
Correct.
So she's doing exactly what President Trump has been doing lately with his Bubba Wallace tweet, and then his tweet about the pro football team in Washington and the professional baseball team in Cleveland.
Right.
He is reaching back out once again to whatever is left of the far right that helped vote him into office in 2016.
Correct.
And so is she. To me, you could call it perhaps desperate, because from what I hear and read about your state of Georgia, for the first time since 1992, when majority in Georgia voted for Clinton, it is becoming a swing state, as in it could go one way or the other, right?
Yes.
So that could also affect her ability to win her election, right? So to me, this was nothing but a political attempt. It's a campaign speech, right? This is who I am. This is what I stand for.
Right.
I'm not sure she really cares about continuing on as the co-owner of this team, or there's no way. It became public, and I don't know this for a fact, but my best guess is that she made it public. She leaked her letter to the commissioner as opposed to the commissioner leaking the letter.
Right.
It could do her a lot more good politically than it would do good for the commissioner to leak the letter.
Well, she'd have came out better picking up the phone and calling the commissioner. That way she could have denied everything that was said.
Well,
but now she got a paper trail. You can't deny the trail.
This was scathing to the point, I just have to bring these points up, because she's saying, I adamantly oppose Black Lives Matter political movement, which has advocated for the defunding of police, maybe a little bit here and there, but called for the removal of Jesus from churches and the disruption of the nuclear family structure. Wow. Talking about a broad brush, right? What? It's hate-filled. It's hate-fueled. So to me, at least Donald Sterling, he did, remember, what he said were private remarks, secretly taped by his girlfriend and made public.
Right.
Well, Kelly Loeffler, I'm pretty sure she wanted this in every headline and on every website.
Well, there's no question that she's willing to down the Trump hill.
Yeah.
I mean, she's everything that he is, she is.
Right.
And so and I guess kind of everybody, all the Republicans have lined up behind him. Okay, be it, that's your party. You support your party. I'm sure the Democrats, I don't know if they'd have lined up behind President Obama quite like this here, but that's neither here nor there. Skip, it's just for me, when you look at it and you step back, you say, like, okay, the WNBA, and they've kind of been right alongside the NBA, Skip, with the T-shirts, the I Can't Breathe, and the hoodies and things of that nature. But the WNBA with such inclusivity.
Yep.
This is stark contrast to what they're trying to be and what they want to be. I just don't see how is this, Skip, how is this a marriage? I just don't see how this is a marriage. And when you have one of your owners, it's one thing if a player says something like this that I don't agree, yada, yada, okay, fine. But you're talking about an owner. And that's what got Donald Sterling in trouble. Skip, he's an owner in feeling this and saying this. And so obviously he felt this way because he's comfortable. I'm in my home, so I'm gonna speak freely, openly, and honestly. I have him at the game. I mean, can you just not, I just don't see how she stays there. And like you said, she probably could care less. I mean, they're well off. I mean, that doesn't do anything for her profile. And
a number of the women who had played for the team and had dinner at their mansion in Atlanta were all shocked by, I never heard any of this from her before, but what do you always tell me? Every once in a while, somebody will show you who they really are.
And Skip, you remember we talked about it after the election. I said, what's going to happen? I said, President Trump has made it okay. He's made it cool. He's made it fashionable. Because now you can say things. Well, There's no more, they say PC culture. There's no more PC. I can say how I feel. He's made it okay. It used to be in the shadows. People like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I mean, every once in a while you get the openly and blatant ones, but now everybody feels comfortable. Oh yeah, you heard what he said. The president said, I can say it too. And that's not okay. That guy should be held to the highest of standards. But this right here with her, I'm sorry. Come on, Georgia. I know we better than this. We need to vote up out of there. Skip, I don't know. We got them fringe counties. I think there's 100 and there used to be 150 counties, I think. I think it's maybe 148, 147, 449, something like that. And it's not, it's when you start getting outwards. Is that where because she's not winning Atlanta. She's not winning DeKalb. Probably Decatur. But that's only 3 counties. She probably gonna win Chatham. You know, she probably win Bibb.
What's your county? Glenville?
Tatnall. Okay. Oh, she winning Tatnall. Okay. She winning Tatnall. Okay. Evans County, all those.
All right, guys, we are moving on to the NFL. Is Tom Brady set up to upset and do better than the reigning Super Bowl MVP,
really?
Patrick Mahomes?
Really, Skip?
We're going to discuss that next.